Hey everybody, I'm Kelly Dakota, and this is Heather Sellers and Jenny Warren, and we are all premier level and above with Perfectly Posh, and we all live in the same city, basically.
We're lucky.
Very
Auburn,
lucky.
Alabama.
Auburn, Alabama.
42,000 people.
Yep. She lives just one town over there. They're like sister towns, and we get together all the time. We have a really great time together, hanging out. We just did some shopping, but we're here to talk about how we all live in the same area, yet we can all be successful with our businesses. So, Jenny, do you want to start?
Yeah. So, like Kelly said, first of all, we don't have like customers that are all in Auburn, Alabama. Some of us have more locals, but some of us like just rely on, working our business through the cold market platform. So
Yeah.
I personally use Instagram and Facebook business page, and then of course I have a VIP page that I post on, and I just think that we never use that excuse like, oh, we're all in the same town, we've got competition, and some of us will work like a vendor event or host parties, but my personal is basically just online. And even I don't even do parties. Mine is usually personal follow-ups and personal, helping pick out what they want for their skincare regimen.
And you meet a lot of your customers through Instagram.
Yes, I do.
Instagram connections that she's made through Instagram.
And she does an amazing job with subscription boxes through Instagram.
Yes. Do you want to go next?
Yeah. I'm Heather. I'm a premier, and I've been with Posh. It'll be 2 years in December. And I run my business. I basically have locals, probably more locals.
Than we do.
Tell them what you do.
Well, I'm a part-time preschool teacher, and so all of my friends that I work with by Posh, and then I also reach out to a lot of the kids' parents. When they have issues, when I see a kid with eczema, I will suggest, I know you've got this problem you're dealing with. I happen to sell Perfectly Posh, and we have some products that are known to be helpful for that particular skin condition. So a lot of mine is reaching out to people that I just see every day, and I don't see a whole lot of different people every day, but I do, I hand out samples to strangers and to cashiers when I check out at stores.
She does.
All the
Heather's
time.
definitely the person out of the three of us that were in Target, and she's handing out random samples.
I
to people.
never meet a stranger.
She
I'll talk
gave
to
samples
anybody.
to the is it a barista?
The barista
even if it's a
at
man?
Target, yeah.
And said, "Does your wife like?" He was talking about his wife, and she said, "Does she like soap and lotion?" I mean, she's always like right there, poshing the people.
And it's more fun when the person is really grumpy. And, people are always like, oh, they were like annoyed. They I didn't say anything. But I love those grumpy people, because when you give them something and they smile at you and they're like,
their day.
it's the smallest thing. It's like, hey, it's winter and you're a cashier and you're dealing with money. I bet you use hand sanitizer all day long. I used to be a bank teller. I know that stuff dries your hands out. Here's some hand cream to freshen up your hands today. Like, that's my favorite thing, is to give hand creams out to everybody, because everybody can use that right there. They don't have to go home and bathe with it. They can use it right there in front of them. So a lot of mine is people, locals. I do have a VIP group, and I have a lot of friends there that are my customers as well. I do a lot of bulk orders for, like I said, the people that I work with. They may just want one or two things, and so it's great. I don't have to ship anything. I can just do bulk orders for them every once in a while and get my PV like that.
And I work my business mostly online. I found Posh through a Facebook party, and I grew my business doing Facebook parties. I'm actually not from here originally, so I know a lot of people that live in the Northeast. So that's where I started my business, because those are the people that I knew. And then I reached out to them online. Thankfully, we have social media for that, and I can keep in contact with all these people that I know. So that was my main base to start my business, my friends and acquaintances through Facebook mainly. And then I did a lot of Facebook parties, and parties were the way that I grew my business. Every person you meet knows a whole bunch of people you don't know
What
yet.
is it, like at least 600 every person?
200.
Is that what
I
you said,
think.
200?
Like every person, this is what our trainers have been telling us. Every person that you know knows 200 people that you don't know.
Yeah.
So parties are the way to do it. And I don't have huge parties, but I just finished out a Facebook party. I got 8 new customers from that Facebook party, and then I'm going to follow up with them and hopefully book more parties
Right.
with those people and meet the other people they
a big
know
snowball.
and meet the people
Yeah.
they know. And so that's how I've grown my business. I do most of my business on Facebook. I do have Instagram. I've met a few people, like I've learned from Jenny, so she's the master with that, and I've Heather and I have both like kind of dabbled with that and got a few people that way. What else? I do have the Facebook business page. I've got my VIP group. I have a very great community in that VIP group. I do people who don't want to host parties. Some people just do not. I give them perks for referrals. When they just tell their friends about Posh and their friends place their first order,
Yep.
I gift that person, that connection, gift them $10 worth of perks. So it's like a hostess benefit without having the hostess host a party. So that's how I work my business.
And I think the main point is like we're not competitive with each other.
No.
Like even though we do live in the same town, which is great, if we did not, which we have a lot of team members or friends that are like, you know, consultants who don't like live in the same town as us, is doing Marco Polo and instant messenger and talking to those people and saying, what is it like, I'm kind of like, you know, having a rough month. What are some ideas or some things that I could do that you did that maybe, you know,
Right.
work for you?
Right.
And, you know, like Heather was saying, subscription boxes, you know, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Right.
Facebook
I've done
parties
them.
have been super successful for you, but
Yeah.
it hasn't always been successful for me. But I think the main thing is like doing, like trying out things.
Yes.
And then also like maybe taking a break from it and then coming back to
Yeah.
it again.
That's
Because
that,
and
I've
revamping
done
it.
vendor events. I did the subscription box thing. Like, it's not like I just do Facebook parties
Right.
and they're always
Right.
awesome. You should always try new things. If you're just doing the same thing all of the time, eventually it might not
Right.
work.
Can't
Could
do the
fizzle
same
out.
thing and
Yeah.
expect different results.
That's right.
So learn from all of your people that you are connected with, learn from us, learn from all the resources you have available. Don't be afraid to try new things.
Yeah.
The worst that can happen is it doesn't work out for you. That's
Yeah.
okay. At least you tried it.
Yeah, and I think that for me, one thing that I realized with takeaway when I talk to people who live in small towns is if you think that you're just going to be able to sell to your friends and family and be successful, even if you're a social part-timer or full-timer, it's not going to happen because eventually those people are going to get maxed out and they're not even going to buy for Christmas because maybe they have a bunch of stock.
It'll be successful for a couple of months,
Right.
and then you'll find that you get stuck.
Yeah.
That's where you need to branch out. Get those people to introduce you to new people.
Yes.
Right.
Get your warm market, the people you know, to introduce you to people you don't know.
And
Or
ju-
get out there on social media and
Right.
meet new people.
Yeah.
And just keep it consistent. Like, don't hit it hard for 3 months and then be like, oh, nobody's doing anything, I'm done. Like, you have to continuously change, like you said, and, you know, work your business like it's your job, because for some of us it is. It's our income. You just have to keep consistent and keep pushing, and, you know, like you said, if something's not working, stop that and try something different for a month.
And
it's
we-
not going to hurt anything.
We always use the term consistency, which is great, but I love throwing out the term of longevity because I can consistently brush my teeth for, you know, the first 39 years of my life, and then if I don't brush them for the next 40 years of my life, they're going to fall out. So longevity is like over time. You can't just do something for 6 months and be like, and you did that with Instagram. You're like, I'm about to give up on this.
No, Heathered it.
And then it
Wasn't
was
me.
successal. But
Yeah.
but you've been doing it for 2 years now, and you just now are seeing
Yeah.
results, right?
I guess.
I mean, like in the last 6-7
Yeah.
months.
Oh, I guess so. Like,
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of Instagram for a few months and just like,
Yeah.
and then I did say that. That's right. It was a while ago, but
You didn't say you were going to quit. You're just like, I'm getting. I feel
Frustrated.
like that
I'm getting frustrated.
Nothing's
And as soon as
happening.
I said that, stuff started to happen.
And I
Right.
said, don't give up.
And that's
Keep-
another
keep
good
it
point
going.
is don't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah.
You know, we're all different levels, Premier, Silver, and Gold. And it's really easy for me to say, oh, Jenny's subscription box works and she sold 20 and I only sold 2. Like, maybe I should just quit. But last month I sold 4. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
I just keep doing it and keep sharing. And you can't compare yourself to, you know, even us, because we've been with Posh longer than some people have. You can't compare your
Don't
business.
compare your start to somebody else's
Right.
middle.
And everybody else has different.
Don't compare your start to other people's start either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Like Eddie was talking about in San Antonio, to not like put all your eggs in one basket. Don't commit yourself to, I'm just going to do Facebook parties, because then what do we see? Facebook changes and we're like, we don't even know what's going on with Facebook these days. You know, you just have to, and I always think about people who were in sales. Think about the people who used to go door to door selling, like Mary Kay and Avon and all those things. They didn't have all the resources that we have now. We have so many more things, but
Easier to meet new people.
it is for sure.
And reach people.
Pick
reach
up a
people you
phone,
know.
text somebody.
So many of my really great customers from the beginning were people like I was barely acquaintances with
true.
back in high school, but we were Facebook friends.
Yeah.
It was truly surprising. My closest friends
Oh, yeah.
and family
Never
members
ordered.
were not my main
I
customers.
have some of my best friends
Still,
finally ordered
yeah,
when
yeah.
I became a gold
we're in
premier.
for
I was
like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Our friends are finally like, what is this Posh thing? We
because they
should
see
wrap
the
this up.
longevity. Yes,
right,
exactly.
it's true.
We should
Speaking
wrap
of
this up.
longevity,
This video is getting very long. So we hope that you found it very helpful, and just stick with it. Keep going. If you're here because you love the products, just keep going.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Share
It'll
your
come.
share your love of the company and the products with others, and they're gonna see it. It's gonna shine in you. Like, you know, just keep going.
All right.
Thanks.
thank you.
Bye.